The Bible is a book of shadows. It is a spell book, is what we would call it if you were a practicing witch. It is a very powerful spell book written by powerful crafters. Jesus said, for example, the kingdom of heaven is within you. He said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man comes to the Father but through me. I am is the way, the recognition that I exist. The declaration I exist is the way. No man comes to the Father. No man comes to the full being of God except to go through me. He was not saying go through him as Jesus. He was saying go through the me, the identity. You have to pierce the identity of your ego, who you think you are, that you're not. You have to go through this constructed identity of me, and you have to dismantle it. You have to go through it to the I am, the nature of your existence. And that is where you meet God in the kingdom of heaven within you. That's what he was saying in that statement. The Christians will call blasphemy, blasphemy, crucify him, you're a heretic, which is the same thing they said to Jesus, because their ego identity has been formed around being a Christian. More importantly than that, they all participate in what is actually a satanic ritual, the real dark blood sacrifice rituals. They all participate in that. They talk about like people that drink blood and eat babies are bad, right? And yet they go to church and they drink wine representative of the blood of Christ, and they eat bread representative of his flesh. It's a cannibalistic Satanist ritual. They light candles. It is all witchcraft. The church practices witchcraft and doesn't let them know. The cross is the death sigil. They put it on top of a blasting rod, which is a wand. It's called a steeple, which harvests energy and blasts the frequency of the death ceremony and the ritual of cannibalism across the country every single Sunday. It's all an orchestrated satanic cannibalistic ritual. It's effed up, taking a pristine being that is the representation of like everything that is good and perfect, and then we're going to eat it and drink its blood. That's some vampiristic fucked up shit. In those ceremonies, they've made a claim, they've taken an oath, and they've made a pledge to take the identity of Christianity and this identity of the false Jesus that the church purports and replace themselves with it. They have them do this acceptance prayer to accept Jesus into your heart. That is an invocation. Anybody that knows anything about demon possession, real demon possession, the acceptance prayer that churches have little kids pray when they accept Jesus into their heart is not the innocent thing that it looks like it is. It is an invocation and a permission for an external entity to take over your soul and your body, to be covered in the blood of Christ. They say this shit, right? And it's all done through symbolism, but it's as good as doing it in real life. So covered in the blood of that which is innocent, take on the identity of a foreign deity that is better than me because I'm a piece of shit. Denying the fact that you're made in the image of the creator, by the way, because made in the image of the creator, which it says in the beginning of Genesis, means that you're made with all the same attributes as God, made with all the same attributes as the creator, which means you have creative power, creative choice, creative force. You are the same as the creator. You're a copy of, made with all the same attributes of, made perfect, just as the creator is perfect. You deny that, you renounce that, you cover yourself in the blood of the creator, symbolizing killing the perfect thing, and claim and ask to be possessed by the dead creator.
Holy shit.
So what they're doing is an invocation of the actual Maximus evil, and they get everybody to go along with it.